I am continuing in my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am continuing reading in a chronological order, according to event, not according to publication or volume. So I'm skipping around a bit as I move along. We are continuing with the Gospels. Right now, Christ is down in Jerusalem again. This is the Feast of Tabernacles, about 6 months before the crucifixion, so we are in the home stretch. This is just after the Feast of Tabernacles. He's done a lot of preaching, a couple of miracles, a lot of controversies going on around Christ here in Jerusalem. And, up to this point, he's been avoiding Jerusalem for the most part, coming down only for the festivals, which, of course, he's here for a festival now. But now we're going to be continuing more of his preaching, more of his discourses, and this time we are going to be reading in Matthew. In this video, we have a Joseph Smith translation. Now, what the Joseph Smith translation is, this is a translation or correction done by Joseph Smith to restore those passages that have been lost or corrupted over the years. So, Matthew 11, verses 25 to 30. At that time, Jesus answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father, neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden light. Now in the book of Matthew, this comes directly after his condemning or rebuking of various cities in Galilee. And so I have to say, is he still in Jerusalem now, or has he gone back to Galilee for a short time? I don't know. But what he's saying here, first, that first part, hid these things from the prudent. So he's saying you have kept these secrets. And a lot of this is that the judgment against these cities is what he's talking about there. You have kept hidden from the prudent all this. And that means the mystery, things that are only for the righteous. But the real part you want to focus on is the last 3 verses there. Come unto me, take my yoke upon you. It says, for I am meek and lowly in heart. To be meek is to willingly submit to those who are in a higher authority than you. We show meekness when we submit to our parents. We show it when we submit to our priesthood leaders in the church, when we submit to the government of our nation. Christ is meek. He doesn't deny who he is. He stands in his place and does what he is supposed to do, but always submits to the will of the Father who has the higher authority. That is why Christ is meek. And what is a yoke? So a yoke is, like a yoke of oxen. It's a structure that holds multiple animals together into a single unit to pull a wagon, pull a load. If you didn't have the yoke joining the animals together, they would go off in different directions, but the yoke keeps them going in the same way. So take Christ's yoke. This means to be bound together with Christ, to let him lead, to go where he wants you to go. That is what taking the yoke of Christ means. And remember, his yoke is easy and his burden light. Not that it's not a burden. It's still a burden. He makes it easy on us because of his strength. Let us look at the Joseph Smith translation here. We have 3 here in verse 25, and now begins, and at that time there came a voice out of heaven, and Jesus answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven. Now that's interesting. So, according to Matthew, he just rebuked all the towns, and then Father speaks to him. And he answers what he's saying here. This isn't just a prayer. He's having a conversation with his Father. Now, in verse 27, near the end there, it now reads, Neither knoweth any man the Father, save the Son, and to whom the Son will reveal himself, they shall see the Father also. So there you go. Those who have the privilege of seeing Christ also have the privilege of seeing the Father. And then finally, in verse 28, we have, Then spake Jesus, saying, Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden. So that conversation with the Father, that whole thing there, even when he's talking about Father reveals the Son reveals the Father. All that's part of the conversation with the Father. He's talking to the Father there. And then Joseph Smith tells us that he is now turning back to talk to the people. It is an interesting thing there. But I leave that here. We are going to be turning to Luke next, so I will see you there.